Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is the English newscast on Info Television. Our top stories. The plans for the rail renewal between Belabo and Gaoundéré sound solid. Tenders are expected late 2025, early 2026, and works kick off in the half quarter of 2027. And in this newscast, we shall talk sports as the indomitable Lions of Cameroun step up preparations for the 2025 AFCON in Morocco, and the choice for who will captain the team is now a call for concern. Those were our top stories. Details in a jiffy. Welcome back. As you heard in one of our lead stories, the plans for the railway renewal between Belabo and Gaoundéré sound solid. Tenders are expected between late 2025 and early 2026. And
Interministerial Committee for Railway Infrastructure, known as CAMIFAIR, is chaired by the representative of the Minister of Transport, Zakaria Njoya, this Wednesday, December 17, 2025, in the conference room of the ministry. The representative of the minister was accompanied by the chairman of the board of directors, the director general of CAMRAI. It should be emphasized that this meeting was part of the search for concrete solutions to the major challenges currently affecting the national railway sector, including the rehabilitation of existing infrastructure and network development.
A permis de faire le point.
It allows us to take stock of development in the rail sector since the 45th session. In terms of progress on PQ2, it was timely to review the urgent actions taken so far. We had announced the imminent start of this important program, and we can now say that everything is almost ready because during this session, we found that the first tenders have been finalized and have obtained non-objection from the funders. So, the launch will be done at the very beginning of 2026, that is in January. Following discussions driven by a shared commitment to supporting the structural transformation of the national railway network, several recommendations were formulated.
Nous sommes très bien structurés en la matière. Nous avons une direction
We are well structured here. We have a direction leading the second 5-year plan, headed by Mr. Jacques Franci, a veteran of the House. The tender dossiers are being finalized, and we plan to launch them early January 2026. We've also launched the acquisition of 12 locomotives, with 4 arriving in the first half of 2026, 4 in 2027, and the last 4 in 2028. This will boost train operations, especially since we plan to acquire 200 more units. These include renewing approximately 330 kilometers of railway line between Belabo in the East region and Gaoundéré in the Adamawa region. Tenders for supplies and construction are expected between late 2025 and early 2026, with physical works projected to begin in the first half of 2027.
Traffic congestion in the city of Yaoundé has become a major challenge, turning daily movement into a real struggle for many passengers. Many turn to abandoned taxis in favor of motorbikes, seen as a faster and more suitable alternative. Our reporter Jessica Ndiwum toured several streets in the city on Yaoundé and now reports.
Driving through some streets in the capital has become a real obstacle course, with traffic jams stretching as far as the eye can see. From early morning to late evening, major roads are often brought to a standstill, leaving passengers stranded and frustrated. Faced with this difficult situation, many residents tend to abandon taxis in favor of motorbikes as they are considered faster and more adaptable. Let's say that in traffic jams, motorbikes weave through and get there faster. I prefer to take the motorbikes to get to my destination quickly, and it's also the fastest means of transportation. During the holiday season, taxis are hard to find and expensive, while bike riders are cheaper. You suggest with what you have, and he agrees. These days, it's only the motorbikes. There's too much traffic. To cross Sam Escal and get here takes me less than 15 minutes by motorbike, but by car, it can take more than 30 minutes. The growing choice of motorbikes for fast passengers transport has become a real opportunity for bike riders who are determined to make the most of the situation. At the end of the year, motorbikes are in higher demand with Christmas, New Year's Eve, and more. More money for parties and gatherings, there's more traffic, and motorbikes become the preferred choice for getting around. Some days, business is good and you can double your earnings. Instead of 5,000 CFA francs, you can make 10,000 francs CFA. While waiting for traffic to return to normal in the coming weeks, congestion remains heavy, forcing many passengers to choose motorbikes over taxis to avoid long traffic jams as much as possible.
And works of the second session of the Academic and Scientific Council of the University of Sciences, Technologies and Ethics of Yaoundé held this Wednesday, December 17, 2025. The ceremony was chaired by Professor Donsi, the president of the council, at the university's conference room. Mimi Tiobo tells us more.
In the presence of all members of the council, including former Minister Jean-Marie Ngakou, statistical engineers, the heads of the supervising universities and the Ministry of Higher Education, and many others, the 2024-2025 academic year at the University of Sciences, Technologies and Ethics was scrutinized. A year which has seen success in achieving several objectives set during the first council. This year, it is a question of taking up numerous challenges.
L'objectif du conseil scientifique, académique et scientifique dans une université.
The objective of the Scientific and Academic Council in a university, I will say that a university functions with programs, teachers and teaching method. Generally, at the beginning of each academic year, this council meets and we submit our program to them. They review, observe and make remarks. We take these into account and present our teachers, all of them, and they examine their qualification, experience and validate them. We also present to them all our plans for national and international cooperation. Expectations were taken into account for a university whose stocks are high. We are delighted to see that USTA is positioning itself as a dynamic modern university with significant development prospect for the future of Cameroonians youth who are trained here. So it is a university that stands out for the quality of its teaching, the quality of its teaching staff, and the quality of the project carried out by its president and the council. During the council, members are reassured that the quality of teaching meets the standard of current technologies. To modestly contribute our expertise through program assessment, teachers and course evaluation, and verification of the quality of equipment and laboratories for engineering programs, it's essential to combine theories with practice. To achieve this, any reputation institution must have a well-equipped laboratory. The fifth university in the ranking of private universities in the central region, USTA, intends to improve its position in this year 2025-2026.
And still in education, the Center Regional Delegate in the person of Mireille Marie-Laure Owuna embarked on a Meet the People tour of the Mefu and Afamba division on December 16, 2025. During the visit, she assessed the state of schools in the area and emphasized on the expectations of the Minister of Secondary Education. Jessica Ndiwum tells us more.
The regional delegate for secondary education in the Central Region, Muriel Marie-Laure Owona, received thunderous applause from students in Mefo and Afamba Division on Tuesday, December 16, 2025. Her visit was part of an outreach to local schools, marks her first as the supervisory authority for educational institutions in the division. Far from a mere courtesy call, the visit was aimed at ensuring the implementation of the Minister of Secondary Education's directives. The regional delegate was welcomed by students of the Journalism Practicing Club, who staged a brief breaking news newscast to mark her visit to the school.
Which has the great honor of welcoming Madam Delegate for Secondary Education for the Central Region. The very distinguished personality we are welcoming today is an inspiring woman. Earlier, Madam Delegate addressed the students and staff before presiding over a high-level strategic meeting, bringing together the rest of institutions from Mefo and Afamba. This visit will also be an opportunity for them to discover the splendor of our institution, the magnificent...
The regional delegates for secondary education in the Central Region, Muriel Marie-Laure Owona, carried out a thorough inspection of schools across the division. Her assessments revealed encouraging results, highlighting the progress being made in local educational institutions.
Making sure that all the innovations that the Minister of Secondary Education, Professor Nalova Lyonga, is putting into place are being implemented, because it is by implementation that we will know if they are doing well, if the work is being done, if the implementations are, if the new methods that she's putting in place are doing well, so that we can readjust if there are problems.
The students demonstrate their skills and future aspirations through performances that inspire admiration, addressing relevant current issues.
No violence, because we had, you heard the small journalists as they were talking, that they have problems here, a bit of problems with violence. So it's a question, we don't want violence in the school milieu. No violence. Everybody comes here for the same reason, to study. I'm very satisfied. You see, we are in the laboratory. The laboratory is very nice, very clean. It's modern. It still has a way to go, but not a long way to go.
This performances serves as a reminder that Mefo and Afamba Division ranks first in the Central Region in official examinations. The divisional delegate sees Muriel Marie-Laure Owona's visit. The divisional delegate of the Mefo and Afamba Division, Abesolo Alanga, sees Muriel Marie-Laure Owona's visit as an opportunity to consolidate a perfect understanding and promises close collaboration between the two divisions. Over the past 2 years, the Mefo and Afamba Division has seen significant growth in its school network, with 30 new establishments, an increase from 184 to 194 schools, and expansion of existing structures, reflecting the dedication of teachers, students, parents, and partners, while calling for continued perseverance and improvement. At the end of her tour in the Mefo and Afamba Division, Muriel Marie-Laure Owona expressed her satisfaction and promised to pass on the school's concerns to her superiors in order to perpetuate their good results.
And proposals have been made on the organization of government educational establishments and orientation of education in Cameroon. This was during a conference chaired by the Secretary General of the Ministry of Basic Education and personal representative of the Minister of Basic Education in the person of Dr. Adams Daniel Oyono on December 16, 2025 in Bankomo. Let's watch.
The workshop for enriching and consolidating the revised versions of orientation of education in Cameroon for the Ministry of Basic Education officially opened on December 16, 2025. Decree number 2001/041 of February 10, 2021 stipulates the organization of public schools and define the responsibilities of school administrators. While presiding over the workshop, the Secretary General of the Ministry of Basic Education, representing the Minister of Basic Education, Dr. Adams Daniel Oyono, evoked the dynamics of the activity. The Minister of Basic Education asked me to extend his greetings and to commend the commitment of the teams of the Ministry of Basic Education, whose rigorous preparatory work has made this decisive phase of broad consultations possible. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the review of this foundational text is part of a broader dynamic of transforming education systems as promoted by the Education of 2030 Agenda and Sustainable Development Goal number 4, which is placed at the heart of public action, the requirement for inclusive, equitable and equality lifelong education. The 2022 World Summit on Education Transformation highlighted the urgent need to adapt national regulatory frameworks to contemporary challenges, including post-pandemic resilience and the professionalization and recognition of teaching staff, and the draft law orientation input will go a long way.
At the end of this workshop, we would have rich input into the draft of the law of orientation in Cameroon and the law 2001 that specifies the rules of heads of structures under the Ministry of Basic Education. We've been working with the law of orientation signed in 1998, and this is a wonderful occasion for us to improve on it.
The workshop saw the presence of the Senior Divisional Officer of Mefu and Akono Division, Sub-Mote Adeline Claude, the Divisional Officer of the Mbankomo Subdivision, and other education stakeholders. Cameroon has made significant progress in access to education. However, disparities persist, reason why the law is applied to improve on the already existing modalities.
Normally in education, before you do anything, you have to look for the law, the legal side of it that backs up what you're trying to instill into the educational system. So it would obviously improve on the quality of the educational decisions we take.
The review of this foundational text is part of a comprehensive dynamic of transforming educational systems as promoted by the Educational Agenda 2030 and Sustainable Development Goal number 4.
And on to something else, His Royal Majesty Chief Janea Gale Manfred has officially been crowned the new traditional ruler of Bakanji village in the Bamuso subdivision, Dian division in Cameroon's southwest region. The newly crowned chief was presented to the divisional officer of Bamuso subdivision in the person of Leonard Cho Zoom for administrative recognition. Jude Kenji.
The coronation ceremony drew a massive crowd, including the Member of Parliament for Bamuso, the Mayor of Bamuso Council, traditional rulers, the Nigerian community, family members and dignitaries from within and outside the municipality. Leonard Chozom congratulated the new chief and urged him to lead with patience, inclusion and wisdom, particularly in a community where the majority of inhabitants are non-natives. He also encouraged the chief to pursue his vision for the revival and development of Bekanje, once a village on the verge of extinction. Speaking at the event, the president of the Indian Chiefs Conference, His Royal Majesty Afamba III, described Chief Ngale Manfred as a blessing to Bekanje and the wider Bamuso municipality. He commended the unity witnessed during the coronation and pledged his continued support for the new ruler.
Education reminds us of the historical event that happened in Bekanje, that there was no chief for over 30 years. But when chief was appointed or was elected or was made the chief of this particular community, I think that it was a blessing to their community. Within the 4 years that he has experienced the stewardship as a chief of this particular community, he has done enormous development in this community. So we are saying that while we are thanking him for all what he has done, but we are expecting more. And he has the means, and he has the power, and he has the authority to do more. We, the other chiefs from other areas, we want to encourage him, and we are behind him, that despite the fact that they are talking about politics, there is no chief who does not do politics. Politics is the game of interest. And why we are supporting him is because he is a developer.
In his address, Chief Ngale Manfred acknowledged the burden and blessings of leadership. He reassured the people of his resolve to address their long-standing challenges and review plans to transform Bekanje into a touristic destination, leveraging its pristine, wide, sandy beaches and planned road linkage to Idinao in Fako Division.
I know there are problems and we have started solving them. We have gone about 60%, and I believe in the next 2 to 3 years we'll get there.
The colorful ceremony concluded with traditional dances and musical displays, with the Nigerian community playing an active role in the celebration.
And residents of 5 villages in the Ngumu subdivision on December 16, 2025 turned out massively at the Nkolmezop roundabout to witness the official launch of works to reconstruct a 12-kilometer road network. This infrastructure is expected to boost economic activities and improve the living conditions of the population. Phillips Enchi tells us more.
In an atmosphere of joy and contentment, the population of Ebulbum 2 and 3, Nkolmezap 1 and 2, and Nkolmelen gathered at the Nkolmezap roundabout to launch the reconstruction of a 12-kilometer road network connecting 5 villages on December 16, 2025 in the Ngumu subdivision, Mefu and Akono division, Center region. The road connecting these villages, offered by Father Us Egli years ago, is now under reconstruction as machineries intensify construction. To grace the event, traditional authorities pour libations, calling on the ancestors to guide and protect workers as they proceed with the project. The reconstruction is expected to greatly benefit the largely agricultural community, facilitating the transportation of farm products to market and improving the financial autonomy of the inhabitants. The project is seen as a significant step toward improving the living conditions of the people of Ngumu and is expected to have a positive impact on the local economy.
Nous sommes très fiers.
We are very happy to receive such a precious gift from President Paul Biya. To us, it is just like a dream, but it is a reality. All we want to say is thank you, Mr. President, for such a wonderful gift. We will always continue to support him and always stand by him. I am very, very happy. I want to thank God Almighty for this project and President Paul Biya in particular for such a wonderful gift. We want to reassure him that we will continue to stand by him no matter what.
The reconstruction project, valued at 1 billion francs CFA, is expected to be completed within 7 months. The project is an end-of-year gift from President Paul Biya to the people.
You can see that it's an Xmas gift that the head of state has given to the population of these 5 villages in Ngumu subdivision. I'm talking of Ebulbum 1, Ebulbum 2, Ebulbum 3, Nkolmezap 1, Nkolmezap 2, and Nkolmelen. They are very happy. You can see for yourselves, they are very happy. And we think that we welcome it, and we are very grateful to the head of state. We are very thankful to God for this gift.
After thorough investigation of the project by the Ministry of Economy, Planning and Regional Development, it is now the right time for the project to arrive at maturity.
La commune de Ngumu, à travers son maire,
the Council of Ngumu, through the mayor, matured the project that was presented to the Ministry of Economy, Planning and Regional Development. We had to examine the project to its entirety and come to a conclusion that the project meets up expectations. You know, at the Ministry of Economy, it is difficult to validate a project without certainty. So we are sure that the project will be executed as planned without any hindrance.
The road is expected to improve the living standards of the population.
Pacte social-économique de cette route n'est pas à discuter.
The socio-economic impact of this road is not something to ignore. It is an agricultural basin and even extend out of the Ngumu municipality, not leaving out Makak municipality will also benefit from this road project to evacuate agricultural product through this road. So the entire population will see their living condition and standard of living improve. Transportation fare will be reduced drastically because at times during the rainy season, people pay 3,000 to 4,000 francs CFA from Yaoundé to Ngumu. So this project is going to be a relief to the population.
The reconstruction of this stretch of road will significantly improve access to farm market roads and enhance the overall living conditions of the population.
And in sports, as the indomitable Lions of Cameroon step up preparations for the 2025 AFCON in Morocco, the choice of who will captain the team is a call for concern, with 3 experienced players on the list, notably Christian Bazogo, Nuhu Tulu and Davi Epasi. Details with you, Philips Enchi.
The choice for a captain to lead the indomitable Lions as they intensify preparations for the upcoming 2025 AFCON in Morocco is now a call for concern. The head coach of the indomitable Lions, David Pago, revealed the 3 players shortlisted to take on the captain's armband during the competition, notably Christian Basogok, Noutolo and Davis Epasi. Christian Basogok joined the Lions then in 2016 as the Lion intensified training for the World Cup qualifiers game against Zambia. His no-match swiftness paved the way for the youngster to quickly evolve and gain favor in the eyes of the team's management. Despite his performance during the 2017 AFCON in Gabon, with a 57 appearance and 7 goals to his credit with the national team, the head coach David Pago continues to eye the Al Akdot striker, a renowned player with the Saudi Arabia Pro League, for the captain band. Davis Epasi, on his part, joined the Lions Den for the first time in 2021 as the indomitable Lions intensified preparations for a friendly confrontation against the Super Eagles of Nigeria, which ended in a 0-0 draw on June 8, 2021. The 16-shirt convinced football fans with his performance during the 2022 FIFA World Cup competition in Qatar, with an outstanding performance that left the indomitable Lions to enter into the annals of history as the first African nation to defeat Brazil in a World Cup competition. Nuhu Tolo, on his part, made his debut with the indomitable Lions in 2017,